Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about the potential ban on online games in Maharashtra that's being talked about. In fact, just today there was a major announcement from Honorable CM Mr. Devendra Fadnavis that there is going to be a potential ban on online gaming. Now, this news actually caused quite a frenzy and a lot of worry in the gaming community, especially from the game development perspective. Even I was baffled on hearing this because just yesterday I was present at the inauguration of a new institute that is going to be opened in Mumbai, as well as there was a discussion on the outcome of waves that was organized earlier this year. And the Honorable Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis was present over there as well, and he showed great promise as well as huge investment set aside specifically to support waves in Mumbai, which is obviously located in Maharashtra. So this news actually caught me off guard as well personally. So I decided I'll just do some research online, and I came across a couple of articles that actually state that this is actually true. That there is going to be a ban on online gaming now. I think the term online gaming is very abused right now. So let's understand what online gaming is and what the potential impact of this is going to be on the gaming industry per se. Now, this ban actually has nothing to do with your casual games. It clearly states that there have been some rising concerns wherein there has been a sharp increase in cases of addiction towards online gaming, particularly linked towards the youth, as well as the type of games that are targeted are on both chance-based games and skill-based games, especially those involving real money transactions. So this actually deals with the state of affairs of gambling and betting, and to a certain extent fantasy sports, your rummy, or even in that category esports is falling into that picture. Okay, now of course esports definitely should not be counted into this category because that entire aspect of esports and that industry is thriving, and it is actually not that bad as such. It can actually be a very very viable career option. On the other hand, games like rummy, games like poker, and your card-based games, and especially games wherein there is a chance of some bit of a luck factor, right? These games are actually genuinely very very harmful because people get addicted to these, they spend money on them, and then there are also some reported crimes linked to such kind of addictions. It is almost borderline as bad as alcohol addiction or drug addiction, right? So definitely as a game developer, someone being in this industry, I would encourage that there needs to be regulations, and even to a certain extent if there is a ban on such kind of games, that is completely all right, but there needs to be some classification on what kind of games are going to be banned. Of course, someone if someone is going to bet their life savings on such gambling apps or games, that is certainly bad. And I think the government stance is to control this particular narrative. Some of the articles, I'll link those in the description, you can read them out as well. So basically I'll just read out the government stance on this, right? So Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis has acknowledged that these problems and they have been initiated within the central government, stating that existing regulations are inadequate, as well as they've begun drafting a comprehensive legal framework to regulate online gaming, focusing on preventing financial fraud and protecting customers. As well as the government is exploring a licensing system wherein they will be taxing these games up to 25% on the gaming platforms, thereby creating a regulatory authority. So let's understand what has led to this situation, right? The number one factor is addiction and mental health crisis. Now, there have been rising stories of individuals, especially youth, falling into debt, committing crimes, as well as suffering mental health issues due to excessive play and gambling losses. The second part is Financial exploitation and cybercrimes. Online gaming platforms have been linked to cyber fraud, identity theft, and other digital crimes, as well as vulnerable users are constantly being exploited. And the third reason is a regulatory vacuum. India's 19th century gambling laws do not adequately address today's digital problems, thereby creating a situation where states act independently and inconsistently. So, something that works in Maharashtra does not work in Delhi, and vice versa, right? So, there is no central regulation around these. That's the reason why certain states are thriving in gambling, right? And I think online games kind of blur that entire border. Let's say, take for example, Goa is known as the party place, and everything is kind of okay over there. Like, there is casinos that are legally operating over there, etc., etc. But at the same time, such same situations are not there in Gujarat. So the rules of Gujarat and rules of Goa are completely different. And that is where the problem lies. That is where this issue of us as a nation dealing with this situation is super important. And I think there needs to be a complete separation between these online games and our regular casual games, because let's face it, casual games are going to be present. These are mediums of entertainment. It's almost like saying that we are going to ban movies. No, that's not going to happen. The government is not after banning casual gaming experiences. They are least bothered about your video games. In fact, they are encouraging this sector. They want people to make more games. If you remember, our honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji has publicly announced that there are going to be a lot of initiatives that will be supporting game developers. So if you are a game developer, please do not worry. Continue on your path. Keep making amazing games. Keep making interesting experiences. This particular rule, especially if you're in Maharashtra, only applies to your gambling apps and something that involves your skill-based or your chance-based outcome-linked games. All right. There is, I would say, a little bit of overstepping on the esports side of things as well. But I hope the government looks into it with a rational mindset, and the esports industry is protected from this lack of differentiation between what is an online game. Definitely there was also in between a proposal wherein all the game developers came together, the major game developers came together and signed a petition. I remember I was also one of them who signed that petition, wherein we took a stance on what kind of games should be considered or differentiated under different umbrellas, because just calling all the games as online games is a complete disservice or injustice towards the entire gaming industry in general, because obviously there's so much different types of bifurcation. Even within games there are different genres, there are different types of games, etc., etc., right? So just calling one simple term to this entire ecosystem is extremely unfair. So what I would urge to the government of India is to take a stance on this, and for all the state governments to work together with each other and not have any independent laws, because we as a nation should actually be united in ideology, and that is what I firmly believe. So I would request the government to look into this, and I think if you just read between the lines and read into the minor details, these kind of regulations, these kind of rules currently are applying to games wherein people can get addicted and there is a proper financial outcome for these games. So if you're a game developer making an RPG game, a casual mobile game, or a match 3 game, or a racing game, don't worry, this rule does not apply to you. So I hope this video helps in clearing out the air related to the recent announcement of ban on online games in the state of Maharashtra. If you like this video, if you're from Maharashtra, if you're from Mumbai, hit the like button, and if you're finding my channel for the first time, hit the subscribe button. My name is Nikhil Bankar. I'm a game developer by profession, and on my YouTube channel I make videos on games and game development. So that's it for this video. I'll see you in my next one. Until then, take care.